The tale of the lost drum. In a small village at the edge of the great savannah there lived a young boy named Kofi. Kofi loved music more than anything else in the world. He would spend his days playing on his handmade flute, dreaming of the day he could play the most powerful instrument of all, the drum. The village elders spoke of a magical drum hidden deep in the forest. They said that anyone who played it could bring joy to everyone around them. Kofi's heart raced every time he heard stories of the drum. He imagined how he could make his village lively and happy with its beautiful sound. One bright morning, filled with hope, Kofi decided to find the drum. He packed some food, said goodbye to his mother, and set off into the dense, green forest. He walked for hours listening to the birds sing and the wind whisper through the trees, and with every step his excitement grew. After a long journey, Kofi stumbled upon a small clearing. In the center there stood an ancient tree, its branches spreading wide, sheltering a beautifully carved drum. It shimmered in the sunlight, just as he had imagined. Kofi's heart danced with joy. He had found the magical drum. But when he touched the drum, a wise old owl appeared from the branches above. "Young boy," the owl said, his voice deep and calm, "this drum holds great power. It can bring happiness but also great sadness, and you must use it wisely." Kofi, too excited to listen, brushed off the owl's warning. That he picked up the drum and began to play. The rhythm echoed through the forest, a beautiful sound that made every creature come alive. Birds fluttered, and even the wind seemed to dance. Kofi was overjoyed, and he played for hours, losing track of time. He thought of how he would return to the village and share the music with his friends and family. But as the sun began to set, he realized he had wandered far from home. Panicking, Kofi tried to retrace his steps, but everything looked the same in the dim light. The forest, once friendly, now felt dark and frightening. As evening fell, he could hear the whispers of the trees and the rustling of leaves. Alone, he wished he had paid more attention to the owl's warning. Days passed and Kofi grew tired and hungry, and he tried to play the drum again, hoping it would guide him back home, but it only echoed in the silence as if the forest was holding its breath. Kofi's heart sank, and he had been selfish, chasing after his dream without thinking of his family and the dangers around him. Then finally, after what felt like an eternity, Kofi stumbled back to the edge of the village. Exhausted and weary, he looked around, and everyone was very sick about him. They had searched for him day and night, and his mother wept with joy but also with worry. She hugged him tightly, and Kofi felt the heaviness of regret in his heart. From that day on, Kofi played the drum for the village, but the sound was never quite the same. It reminded everyone of the fear they felt when he was missing. Kofi learned that dreams are beautiful, but they also carry great responsibility. He would sit under the old baobab tree and tell the story of his adventure, sharing the lesson: follow your dreams but never forget those who love you. Pay attention to the wisdom around you, for in the rush of your desires, you may find yourself lost. And with every beat of the drum he remembered the regret of that day in the forest, how it taught him to cherish family, to listen to advice, and to be careful with the gifts he had.